Sorry I didn't do videos for the other 3 albums this month, but I'll explain all that in tomorrow's video. But glad I came back for this one. I actually thought I was going to be doing a video for either the Soft Cult album or the Yumizuma album today, but maybe you'll like those more than I did, so I was pleasantly surprised when I stumbled upon this as today's winner. Part of it made me think of Block Party or Explosions in the Sky. Part of it made me think of Wishy. A lot of it made me think of one of my favourite bands, Amusement Parks on Fire. Alright, it's me. I'm back again. And just want to draw your attention to the new album by Whitelands called Sunlight Echoes. January is such an interesting month for music. I'm like a sponge. I'm all genre fluid and searching for the new band, the new album, the new sound that will form and shape the character of 2026. I'd never heard this London band before today, and this is their second album, and it's absolutely drenched in the verbs, so if that's your vibe, come and check it out. What's on the menu today? Warner Child. We got 10 tracks for you, running at 33 minutes. Starting with track 1, Heat of the Summer. It's quite the title you want in the peak of January. Starts with a super catchy Sidley guitar lick against an absolutely clean, smooth wall of reverb guitars, and I like how bouncy the vocals are for this type of shoegaze, and some of the vocal melodies made me think of one of my favourite tracks by the band Filter, a song called Goddamn Me. Love that the drummer's like smashing the cymbals. I bet it'd be really fun live. Up next, we got track 2, Songbird Forever. It's a very strummy vocal start to this one and slowly building up, and I love the drum choices in this, switching to that open hi-hat for the chorus. Again, super bouncy with the repeating lyrics of love, 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 love. I thought strings in this kind of shoegaze music would be jarring, but they're recorded in such a way that it really complements the track. I'm surprised they weren't used again in the album. This song really reminded me of the Appleseed Cast. Following that, we got track 3, Shibuya Crossing. It's a slow, dreamy, almost instrumental track with a train announcer sample near the end. It made me think of like Windy and Carl. Wish it was longer than 2 minutes though. And then we've got track 4, Glance. Again, starts very strummy, and the drummer is really going for it on this track with lots of fills and stabs and tom rolls. And I do wish he was higher in the mix. Absolutely obsessed with the chorus on this one. A beautiful standout track for sure. And then we have track 5, Sparkle Baby. It's a real stripped back, open break from the rest of the album. Just layers of vocals and guitars sounding like they were recorded in a church with ringing falsettos. This is the song that gave me those So Here We Are Block Party vibes, and it grows on me the more I listen to it. I'm glad it dropped in January and not July. Another lovely track. And following that, we've got track 6, Blank Space. It's a bit more distorted, this one, which is where my Amusement Parks on Fire comparison comes, but also maybe Silver Sun pickups. Again, absolutely love the vocals, the close, low vocal to help you focus during the noise of the verses, and then the higher, further back voice, which blends in with the noise of the chorus. More of those addictive, high up the neck guitar leads as the band absolutely smashes around. Just top stuff, a great track. And then we got track 7, I Am No God, an Effigy. It's the longest song on the album. Starts with nice picking and a ride cymbal, and before some soaring lead guitars come in, and I'm a sucker for these block party hi-hat drum beats. I really hope they get a bigger budget for the next album. I want a smidge more oomph and clarity from the drums, where they don't sound like they're hiding in the mix. And as great and epic as this song is, it's the thing that makes me wonder what it would sound like if it had like a 2005 budget. I'm not saying go full on Stadium U2, but just a drum sound where you're like damn, that sounds expensive, because he's doing great stuff here, but because it can be a bit too muddy at times, and that is honestly the only complaint I've got for this amazing album. Yes, I get it, it's shoegaze, obviously, but I think mud is allowed if the song is slow and dreamy, but when the song and the drums have energy and pace like they do here, I need to hear it and feel it. Part of me wanted the singer to go for it as well, a bit more on this, and oh god, I've just realised it reminds me of the band Gracer and their Voices Travel album. It's one for you Zoomers to discover. Another reason, this is just very me-coded taste-wise. Up next, we got track 8, Dark Horse. It starts with toms and picking. It made me think of Me Without You. But then like a higher pitched vocal comes in that made me think of Mew. Man, I'm really in my 2005 bag with this one. Takes me back to my days touring with Paulson. Fond memories. The high vocal also makes me think of Kite, if you ever heard of them. This might be my most name-droppy review, but it's ticking a lot of boxes for me, and I absolutely love it. The little guitar solo at the end is chef's kiss. And then we have track 9, Mirrors. Another banger, but I think playlist zoomers that like every song to be different might struggle with this album, but personally I want a world and islands to live on, and I love that every song has a similar vibe and atmosphere because it's done so well. Honestly, I wish there was a bad song on here to get all critical about it, but the hits just keep on coming. I'm obsessed with the drum fills before the bouncy chorus. I never realised how much I needed bouncy shoegaze in my life before this. Wish I had the lyrics. That's kind of my eternal day one complaint with streaming, but I love this track. I love this album, and I really hope they go hard on that halftime ending live. And last but not least is track 10, Golden Days. We got a bassline start on this one. Is this going to be the Cure track of the bunch? Perhaps this made me think of that shoegaze sound of bands like the Stone Roses and all that music that inspired Champagne Supernova, you know. The chorus is really pretty, euphoric and swaying, and I hope they end every set with it and extend the outro for a few more minutes as each band member slowly walks off the stage as there's just one guitar endlessly ringing out. It's a perfect climax to the album, and I already want more from them. And that's it. Seriously, it's an amazing album. If you're a fan of any of the bands I referenced, you will love it as well. And that is why it is my album of the week. So yeah, end of the month video tomorrow. And then February. Fingers crossed for February. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.